Today we'll discuss about p-channel depletion type MOSFET, that is D MOSFET, considering p-channel, the construction and the working of p-channel depletion MOSFET is similar to the n-channel MOSFET, but it is just the complementary of n-channel n-channel MOSFET, whatever we have studied. So there we had n-channel, here we are having p-channel. So let us see the diagram. So you can see that in this diagram, we are having n-type substrate, the base, on which we are having one p-type, which is acting like source, and another one more p-type, which is acting like a drain. So two p wells are used, which are going to indicate the source and drain. In order to have a path from the source to drain, we are going to have a channel. A channel is used which is going to connect the source and the drain. So this channel, whatever we are using, is of p type. So since we are using p channel, the name we are having is p channel depletion MOSFET. So the name given is because we are using p channel or a p layer to connect the source and the drain. That's why the name p channel D MOSFET. After that, this is our n substrate, whatever we are having, and this is the substrate connection. We will be calling it as SS, and it will be usually open. So this one here, as we know in MOSFET, since it is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, so it will be having an the SiO2 layer, oxide layer is present. So this is the oxide layer, SiO2 layer we are having. But to this source and the drain, we are having a direct connection with the source through the metallic contact. The metal is penetrating through this oxide layer, and it is connecting the P well, and here for the drain also the metal is penetrated through this oxide layer, and it is having connection with the P layer. But when it comes to gate, it is not having any connection with the P channel. So it is not, there is no direct contact with the P channel, but whatever the voltage we apply at the gate, that can be utilized to create a kind of attractive force or repulsive force across this. But none of the charges can move from this P channel to the gate, or none of the charges from gate to P channel cannot move, cannot penetrate, because it's an oxide layer. But a kind of electric field can be created only whenever gate voltage is supplied. So it depends upon what kind of gate voltage you are using, whether it is a positive gate voltage or negative gate voltage. So here in this case, since it is a p type, you know that in the p type, so all these from the source only the charges has to move to the drain. In the source, the majority charge carriers are holes, because it is a p layer, p well. So this holes has to be shifted to this drain. So now what you have to do is we have to give here, as you know that source is usually grounded. So now in order to attract these holes towards this layer, that is towards the drain, we have to bias this drain. So here, in order to create an attractive force across the drain terminal, across this ohmic contact or a metallic contact, whatever we are giving across the drain, we are going to give it to a negative voltage supply. So we will connect this to negative voltage supply. So when you connect this metallic contact to negative voltage supply, so that is known as VDS, drain to source voltage, because the when you connect it, the negative terminal will be connected to the drain and the positive terminal will be connected to the source. So now and finally afterwards, as you know that the source is usually grounded. The source is usually grounded, that becomes a common point. Now Here, what we are going to do is when the under initial case, the gate and the source will also be shorted and they also be grounded. Now, what we are doing is we are connecting it to the negative terminal of the battery. Because of that, when you start increasing the drain to source voltage, a negative electric field, potential is being created across this. Because of the creation of the negative voltage across this, holes are getting attracted. This creates a kind of attractive force so that all the holes starts moving towards this uh, this metallic contact because it is giving negative voltage, and you know that holes are positively charged, and since it is positively charged they get attracted towards the negative terminal. As you know, like poles repel, unlike poles attract. Based on that concept, all the holes will get attracted towards this metallic contact. So now the hole starts moving from the source to the drain terminal. Now if you want to control the flow, what you can do is you have to distract the flow. So the holes will be moving here. If you want to control, what you have to do, you have to repel them. You have to distract them. It is just like, let us assume this is one junction and this is one junction. There is a rally which is moving on. So they are going in a, people are moving in a rally. So if you want to distract them, what you have to do is you have to divert them from this rally. So diverting them means they have to move on the either side. Instead of moving forward, they have to move on the either side. So the same way here, what we are going to do is we apply the gate voltage in such a way that this hose will be diverted towards the N substrate. Since it is N substrate, the majority charge carriers are electrons. So now, if more and more the drain voltage you are applying, during that time, more and more attraction will be created here. So more and more holes will be attracted towards this drain. But if you want to control that, or if you want to reduce that flow, what you can do is you can apply positive voltage here. When you apply positive voltage to the gate, during that time what happens here, it creates a kind of positive voltage. So a positive field is being created. When a positive field is being created here, now what happens, since holes are also positive and the field which is created here is also positive, they get repelled. The holes get repelled from here and they start moving towards the substrate. Since substrate contains electrons, this holes combines with this electrons. So this is how we can repel the holes. Because of that, what happens, the amount of holes which are connected or amount of hole charges which are connected collected at the drain start reducing. So when it starts reducing, automatically the drain current will reduce. So this is how we can reduce the drain current. Now, let us assume that I'm going to add some negative voltage to this. So when I add negative voltage to this, automatically it creates a negative field here. And when negative field is created here, what happens? The holes which are present in this substrate, because in this N substrate, the majority charge carriers are electron and minority charge carriers are holes. So all the holes, they get attracted towards the channel because this gate is creating negative electric field. So all the holes which are present here, that gets jumped to this channel. It is just like a rally which is moving from one junction to another junction. The people who are standing beside, they join to that rally. So what happens? Number of people in the rally will increase. In the same way here, the holes which are moving here, they get added up with some more extra holes. Because of this, what happens? There will be rise in current. So current will further increase. There was initially, let us assume there was 100 charges which are moving. When you add up some more charges, it might be 110. Instead of 100 charges, you are getting 110. That indicates your current is it is increasing. So by providing negative voltage, we can attract the holes which are present in the substrate and we can make them to add up in the P channel. So because of that, what happens? More hole current will be passing through this. That kind of mode is known as enhancement mode. So you can see here this part. After this part, you can see the curve is still increasing. This is the transfer characteristics we are having. Okay, so I'll explain it later. So this is how this p channel MOSFET is going to work. Coming to the drain characteristics, here we have plotted drain current versus VDS. You can mark this VDS as negative, minus VDS. You can mark it as minus VDS, or if you want, you can just write it on the second quadrant, or you can write it as minus VDS here. Both are okay. So here you can see that when negative voltage is applied across the gate, when gate voltage is negative, there during that time current is more. Current is more because more number of poles gets attracted from the N substrate to the P channel. That's why the current is more. When VGS is 0, slightly the current reduces. When VGS is positive, what happens? When the gate voltage is positive, then it starts repelling the poles towards the N substrate. Because of this, the current starts reducing. So as you are keep on increasing the gate voltage towards the positive level, lesser current will be flowing. The lesser current will be. You can see that the current is keep on decreasing. So this is how this is about the drain characteristics of the MOSFET. Coming to the transfer characteristics, you can see that since you know that VGS is positive voltage, it depends on whether you are giving positive voltage or negative voltage. But preferably, since it is P channel, to control the current, we will be using positive voltage only. To control the flow, basically, our intention of using the gate is anywhere, wherever, whether it is in JFET or MOSFET, our intention of using gate terminal is to control the flow of current. Rarely we will use enhancement mode. We will be using depletion mode only. So enhancement mode means making this VGS to negative such that the current will increase beyond the IDSS. So this is the maximum IDSS value, but further the current is increasing. This is known as enhancement mode. So this enhancement mode is rarely used, but majority of the cases will be using this depletion mode. From this point to this point, whatever the curve you are having, this is the depletion mode current. So this always will be using depletion mode current only. Rarely we will be using this one only when you require a very high current compared to the normal uh, level. If you want any application requires very high current beyond 6 milliamperes, if you want, then you go for enhancement mode. So this is the transfer characteristics you are having. And again, you can see that when VGS is keep on increasing, that is VGS is positive, during that time, the current is keep on decreasing. When VGS values keep on increasing, then the current is keep on decreasing. And 6 volt is the pinch of voltage for the MOSFET, P channel MOSFET. 6 volt is the pinch of voltage. So you know that pinch of voltage is nothing but it is the voltage before which the current will be, in this case, before which the current will be start conducting, or it is the current after, it is the voltage after which the current stops conducting, or IDSS stops flowing in the circuit. That is known as pinch of voltage. So it is the voltage after which the current stops flowing in the circuit. That is the transfer characteristics we are having. So coming to DMOSFET symbols. So what are the symbols we will use? So these are the symbols which we are using. This is for N channel DMOSFET and this is for the P channel DMOSFET. You can observe here in our the JFET, we were not having any gap like this. So you can see there is parallel lines. So gate is here and we are having one more line, which is this line is going to connect your substrate, drain, source, and you are having this gate. The symbols, whatever we are writing, even the symbols has some meaning. So if you understand the symbol, you'll understand the construction itself. See here, the symbol indicates that the gate is nowhere having any connection with the drain or the source or the substrate. And between the gate and the substrate, there is a gap. Yes, there is a gap. Can anyone tell me what is this gap? Can anyone tell me what is this gap?
channel.
Mhm.
Oxide layer.
Yes, oxide layer. So it is the oxide layer which is creating the gap. See, this between this is the gate terminal between the substrate. This is the oxide layer which is empty. Okay, it is an insulating layer. SiO2 is the insulating layer. See, whenever it is written like that, that indicates it is an empty, means it is an insulating layer. Okay, this connection, whatever you are having, no, this connection which is connecting drain, substrate, source. So this is channel. This line you are having, no, this line is your channel. But this is our gate. And between this gate and this channel, whatever you are having gap, no, that is your oxide layer. So this from symbol, what we understand is here the gate is nowhere having any connection between the drain and the source. But if you see our JFET symbol, say in the JFET, gate is connected to drain and the source. That means the gate is having direct connection between the drain and the source. See, gate is having connection between the, this is the channel which is connected between the source and the drain. So obviously the gate is also having connection. So this indicates there is direct involvement of the gate with the channel. But in our MOSFET, the gate is not having any involvement with the channel. So that's why we are having that gap. So that gap indicates it is the insulating layer or oxide layer SiO2. Okay, and this arrow mark which is coming towards uh, the channel, arrow marks towards the channel indicates it is N channel. Arrow mark towards the channel, this line indicates channel. So the arrow mark towards the channel indicates N channel, the MOSFET. And I had told you the substrate connection usually it will be kept open. It might be kept open like this, or sometimes what they'll do is they will short that with the source. The substrate will be shorted with the source. Any two things is possible. So channel supported by substrate externally available. So it is connected externally or it is left open. Or the channel internally shorted to the source N channel DMOSFET. So here the substrate will be uh, shorted with this source. Here you can see P channel DMOSFET. Uh, the arrow mark which is moving away from the channel, that indicates P channel DMOSFET. And again, gate, drain, and source doesn't have any connection. So there is a gap between them. And again, this is our shorted. The substrate is shorted with the source. Here, where the substrate is kept open. This is depletion type MOSFET. Next is enhancement MOSFET, that is E MOSFET. Again, in the enhancement MOSFET, we are going to have N channel E MOSFET, P channel E MOSFET. Both we are having N channel E MOSFET and P channel E MOSFET we are having. So the main difference between E MOSFET and D MOSFET is, you can observe here, there is no channel, fixed channel between the source and the drain. So there is no channel here. So in all the cases you are observing, in the last case, see there was a channel, P channel was there. So P channel was there and this was connecting the source and the drain. But here in the E MOSFET, that is the major difference. E MOSFET, you will not have any physical channel present. Physical channel present means we are going to construct in advance. We are going to, while construction only, while fabrication only, they are going to add this channel. But in N channel E MOSFET will be not having any physical channel. While fabrication, they will not uh, put this layer. So how it is going to work is we have to now use this gate terminal to construct the channel. How we are going to construct this one is, for that way let us take an example. So this is somehow this is a p-type substrate. Okay, so this is a p-type lab we are having. Somehow I'll take some part of I'll take this much amount of part here, and what I'll do is I'll diffuse heavy, yeah, electrons to this part, only this part, some part of this. So now what happens, this part becomes n type, this part becomes n type. Why? Because on this part the majority charge carriers are electrons, minority charge carriers are holes. Even though this is a p-type substrate, but what I did, I diffused heavy or large number of electrons to this particular area. Now this becomes n-type material. So the same technique is used here. So what we are going to do is, you can observe here, we are going to bias this gate in such a way that we are going to P, since you know that P substrate is having majority charge carriers as holes and minority charge carriers as electrons. So we are going to connect this gate terminal in such a way that all the minority charge carriers which are present in the P type, they get attracted towards this layer. See, you can see all the electrons gets attracted. So when you are providing, in order to attract the electrons which are present in the p-type substrate, I have to provide, obviously, I need to provide positive gate voltage. So in order to attract the electrons, I need to give positive gate voltage. When you give a positive gate voltage, during that time, what happens is, all the electrons which are present in the p substrate, they start moving towards this area. This area, they will start moving towards this area. So when they start moving towards this area, now what happens? It creates a huge concentration of electrons in this area. That huge concentration builds the gap between this source and the drain. You can see here in this second figure B, from source to the drain, a channel is being built. How the channel is built? All the electrons started moving towards this and they concentrated across this. Because of this, heavy doping, heavy concentration of the electron started. At the same time, since you are providing positive gate voltage here, what happened is, all the holes which were present here, they start moving towards the P substrate. Here, whatever we are having the holes, they moved away from this particular area. When they're moving away from this particular area, obviously, what is the left out thing? It is electron only. When you are having heavy concentration of electron in this particular area, automatically this becomes an n-type region. So when this becomes n-type region and it connects the source and the drain, then it becomes an n channel for this particular MOSFET. So now by increasing this the gate to source voltage, more and more gate to source voltage, if you are increasing, more and more electrons starts getting segregating aligned over this. So when they get aligned over this, during that time, it creates a channel or it creates a path for the source and the drain. Now this concentration which was made, this concentration of electrons which were aligned, they act themselves as a channel between the source and the drain, and all the holes are moved away. So now the channel is being created. Now what we do, we apply the drain voltage. So in order to attract this electron, what kind of voltage we have to apply? We have to apply positive voltage. So we applied positive voltage across this, and all the electrons, since this is also n type, this is also n type, this is also n type. So all the electrons starts flowing. So when you keep on increasing this gate to source voltage, all the electrons just gets added up to the channel. And here when you increase the drain voltage, during that time, more and more electrons starts flowing towards the drain. This is how the n-channel E MOSFET is going to work. This is how n-channel E MOSFET is going to work. So there will be no physical connection. You have to show in the exam, you have to show first write this diagram where you should not show any channel here. After biasing, it starts. So then you can ask me one question whether this channel will be fixed or it is a temporary. It is a temporary channel. See, when after switching off, automatically this channel gets destroyed. Again, it becomes like this. So every time when you switch on the MOSFET or whenever you bias the MOSFET, during that time you have to connect gate voltage in such a way that it is going to create an channel here. This is how the e-MOSFET is going to work. So every time it is going to create the channel temporarily, and once we are going to disconnect the supply, afterwards the channel is getting destroyed. So again now by properly adjusting the gate to source voltage, see if the path is more, the path between the source and the drain, if the path is more, what happens? More charges can flow from source to the drain. If the path is less, what happens? Less number of charges will flow. So again, the gate to source voltage plays an important role in the flow of charges from source to the drain. You might have more electron in this N well of a source, but if the channel is very small, that means if the path for the movement is very small, so during that time what happens? Less number of charges will flow from source to the drain. So that's why the gate to source voltage plays an important role in whether increasing the current or decreasing the current. This is how this N channel E MOSFET is going to work. And as I have told in the symbol only, this will be shorted with the source. And usually in majority of the cases, the source will be grounded only. But uh, whenever you want to increase further extra voltage, extra current, then what you can do is even you connect negative voltage here. Because of that, it starts rippling these electrons. When the electrons start rippling, more and more electrons will start flowing towards the drain, and drain current is starts flowing. So this is how the N channel E MOSFET works. So you can see that still further more uh, clarified figure. This is initial channel formation. After that, when it starts working, you can see that since this N type is connected to positive terminal and this P substrate is grounded. The N type is connected to positive terminal means what kind of biasing is happening over here? Can any tell me? The N type is connected to positive and P type is connected to this ground. So see, this ground means automatically it is negative, right? So what type of uh, biasing is happening towards the drain? Can anyone think and tell me what type of biasing is happening at the drain? See the figure.
Reverse bias.
Yes. See, it gets reverse biased. So the black color region, whatever I have mentioned, this indicates it is depletion layer. See, when P substrate is connected to this terminal, so ground, so ground is connected to this. See, when you always remember one thing, when you connect one terminal to a particular voltage supply, then automatically the other terminal, whether you are connecting it to the ground, whether you are connecting it to the positive or negative terminal of the battery, if it is grounded, it will be working like opposite polarity only. That means, see, if positive terminal is connected to this, if the negative terminal is connected to the ground, even though it is connected to ground, this will be acting like negative terminal only. Okay. So here, suppose if you are connecting this, let us assume this is negative and this is positive. When you're connecting negative to the N type and positive is grounded, even though it is grounded, that ground will act as positive only. Okay. So this is what how we have to analyze the things. So here what happens, this positive is connected to this N type. Automatically, the other one behaves as getting connected to the negative. Okay, now a depletion layer starts growing here. You can see that more, and since you're having more voltage across this one, so automatically the depletion layer will be there between N type and P type. This is a P type and N type. So it is a kind of P junction. This is N junction N and this is P. So between those two, a depletion layer is created. You can see the depletion layer, the black color one. So you have to show even in the exam also. See here also the depletion layer, because whenever it is N type and P type, obviously there should be a junction. So this is the junction which is created. Okay, so this is how it is going to work. Coming to the drain characteristics. The drain characteristics remains almost same as what we have studied in D MOSFET. Here you're having VDS sources ID, and you can see that more and more VGS voltage, gate to source voltage, you'll be having, see, more and more gate to source voltage means what? More and more electrons attracted towards this, and channel become more and more, right? So when more and more gate to source voltage is applied, the channel width will be keep on increasing. When channel width is keep on increasing, automatically what happens? The more current will flow. So that's why VGS is equal to, when VGS is a plus 18 plus 8 or plus 7 or plus 6 like that. So the current is keep on decreasing. When VGS is decreasing, current is also keep on decreasing. So gate to source voltage is decreasing, means the current will also decrease, because the accumulation of the electrons over this layer is decreasing. That's why. But you should remember one thing, the drain characteristics will look like this, but transfer characteristics is entirely different. You should not think that the transfer characteristics is same as the how you had in D MOSFET. It is a linearly increasing curve. Why it is a linearly increasing curve? Because you know that the gate to source voltage, it is the responsibility of the gate to source voltage to create the channel. More and more electrons are getting aggregated here, more current will flow. That's why. So here, when VGS is keep on increasing, correspondingly the current will increase. So it is a linearly increasing curve. It is not. Please don't get confused. The E MOSFET is having this. See, your D MOSFET and E MOS, D MOSFET. We were having D MOSFET. We were having this curve. Even the JFET was having this kind of curve only for transfer characteristics. But for E MOSFET, you will be having this as your transfer characteristics, because this is a linear curve which indicates that when gate to source voltage is increased, during that time only your current is going to increase. This is the indication of that. That is the transfer characteristics of N-channel E MOSFET. So, and this is one formula which you have to remember. For N-channel MOSFET, VGS is positive and ID does not flow until VGS is equal to VT. ID will not flow until VGS is equal to VT, means VT is the threshold voltage. See, until some, see here, the current starts flowing from 2 volt. That indicates at least minimum of gate to source voltage of 2 volt should be applied. Then only the channel is constructed. After that only the electrons are able to it needs at least 2 volts to make the electrons to align here to create a channel. Only after that the current starts flowing. So VT means threshold voltage, which is 2 volt in this case. After 2 volt, you see, until 2 volt the current is 0. That means until 2 volt the channel is not constructed. Once it reaches 2 volt, during that time the channel is constructed, and after that the current starts flowing. Current starts increasing. So ID is equal to K into VGS minus VT. So where K is the constant, and which is it is the function with respect to the construction of the device. So this parameters will be given by the manufacturer only. Okay. So K is the constant, which is the function of the construction of the device. So ID on, VGS on minus VT. So everything, these values will be given by the constructor. That means the designer or the manufacturer of this particular component. He will be giving all these values. So these two formulas you need to remember. If they ask you the drain current, then you should be able to find out a drain current of E MOSFET. Then you should be able to find out these two formulas. You should know. In the same way, P channel enhancement type MOSFET you are having here also. We are going to here, since you are having two P types on the either end, so we'll be having the transfer characteristics will be in the opposite direction, because it comes in the second uh, quadrant instead of first quadrant, because this was because VGS was positive, it comes in the first quadrant, but here VGS is negative, so it comes in the second quadrant, and drain characteristics will be as it is. And this is about the drain and the transfer characteristics, which is similar to the P channel E MOSFET. After that, coming to the symbol, you can see here the symbol is dashes. It is not continuous. It is dotted line. Some dash lines are connected here. Can anyone tell me what does this dash indicate?
The channel.
A channel, fine, but why we have connected like why we have written that gaps or dashes instead of straight
Because
line?
it is temporary. I mean, it's created by us.
Yes. So this indicates that there is no fixed physical channel between the drain and the source. It is a temporary channel which is created after biasing. After biasing means after giving the voltage supply to the circuit, this this all gets connected. This channel gets connected. Once you are disconnecting, this will be having the gap. There is no permanent connection between the source to the substrate or substrate to the drain, or there is no permanent connection between the source and the drain. This difference you should know. If you by mistake, if you join these dashes, three dashes, it becomes D MOSFET. Okay. So please remember, if you by mistake you are going to join this line, it becomes D MOSFET. This shows that this is the E MOSFET where permanent channel is not present. When there is no permanent channel, you'll be getting dash lines like this. This indicates substrate is shorted to the source. This indicates moving away means this indicates P channel. This indicates P channel where substrate is shorted with the source. After this, we are having CMOS.